Mayor of Memphis, I'd like to call this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Roll call, please.
Davis.
Here.
Mulsanne.
Here.
Schneider.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Sukasar. Yeah. Here.
All right, non-agenda items from the sidelines. David Jarvis, you want to discuss fireworks, what we're doing with fireworks.
Well,
Because you live over near me and they've been going off like crazy.
I was wondering what the bylaws are here as far as blowing off these big fireworks in a residential neighborhood. Stuff's flying over your house, landing on your roof. You know, they even said, did anybody watch the Channel 4 news last night?
No.
Leave the fireworks to the experts, the big ones. Don't shoot them off in residential neighborhoods.
Well, the state law previously stated that we couldn't make laws concerning fireworks the day of, the day
Yeah,
after.
I thought that was changing.
Actually, I'm not sure if it's even gone into effect, but we were in the understanding it was on the governor's desk to sign for change.
Yeah. But I think it's got, it don't really, as far as I'm concerned, I'm an old man, I'd like to see it at 11 o'clock, but that isn't gonna happen. But I think what I gather is that we have to, it's up to the municipality to set the rules at what time they go on, but I think St. Clair County was setting it at 2, and Macomb was setting it 1, is that correct?
Yeah, 1 o'clock
Right.
in St. Clair and midnight in Macomb.
Oh, midnight in Macomb, okay.
It goes by the size of the population.
Okay.
You know, I like fireworks too, in their proper place. You know, like we have them at the youth center there.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Because we got the fire department sitting there with the pumper, in case anything happens.
Yeah.
Well,
I agree, Tuesday night in your neighborhood isn't a good place to have it. But,
no, it isn't.
what we're going to do is we have to wait till the state changes their law, and then we can find out how exactly we
You
can
know,
put our law together.
100 feet away from your neighbor's house and you're blowing off these big fireworks.
He signed it?
That's,
Shelby Township about 2 weeks ago passed their own ordinance.
Who did?
Shelby Township.
Okay.
It was in Virginia.
Well, you know-
It's in the paper this week.
So you might want to check
Well,
Shelby Township.
Richmond has been working on it too, and I thought maybe Richmond, they wanted to have it in place by 4th of July.
Well,
But I'm not, so they must be far advanced on it too.
under the new law, wouldn't it just fall under our regular noise ordinance? And I mean,
I don't know, I think we'd have to do some checking on it.
I mean, even the ones that's been blowing off lately.
yeah.
So the day before
Some of them are
the
well after 11 o'clock at night too,
We're supposed to set times.
you know?
All right, well, we're in the process of actually looking at that and trying to figure it out. You know, like I said, they just changed the law on us. Apparently the governor just signed it. So we have advisory actually looking into it, and we did that at the last meeting. So they're going to be having a meeting on it to try to discuss it, find out what other townships and cities around us are doing and how we can control it like they are.
Well, you know, the strange thing is that the 180-degree turnaround they did, I mean, you couldn't really have anything.
No, you couldn't have
And then they
any
basically made it like the Wild West. I know that the story that I saw in the news, they were saying that most police departments, in general, wouldn't even respond to it because by the time they get there, it's already over, and there's no way nothing for them to do anyway. Because you really can't, I mean, unless it's like the middle of the night, but like I said, the law that the state was looking at, it said that if your county has less than 3/4 people, you can only restrict it to, I believe it was 1 a.m. or between 1 a.m.
See, I thought one was midnight and one was
Right.
one was
Over
11.
Small community.
Midnight to
1 to
8.
8. Small
Okay.
community.
Or 1 to 8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's either one you choose, but that's why we're gonna have another meeting on this
All right.
to get down to the gritty of it.
We do post when we're having committee meetings. If you want to get involved with coming to the committee and listening to what they have to say, I'm sure you can just call up here to the office and they'll let you know when it is.
Okay.
All right.
I'll let you know.
Thank you very much. Moving on, Mark Blasek with World Class LLC concerning relocation of the salt bin.
Yeah, hi.
Stand up if you want.
Okay.
was reviewing the proposal on moving the salt bin, and then you know, I'm self-employed, and I wasn't able to make that last meeting regarding it. And then come to find out it was turned down, and then it was turned down, and it seems like it'd be a great idea, and it was turned down for a little bit of money. And so myself and a few other businessmen from this area said that we would donate the money to raise for the expense to help relocate the salt bin and regarding the property over on Bell River Road and Mill Street, and we would be able to cover the cost for that. I got children here, and we're going to live here for a long time. It'd be wonderful to have a park for them to come and play with their friends and safe from firemen. It's beautiful back there, and it seems like it'd be a wonderful piece of property to turn into something.
What park are you talking about?
Right here on Memphis, right behind right here on the outs to the right past that.
On the river.
On the river there, yes, sir.
We got a park over here.
Okay, well,
We got a
sorry.
park over here. We got one down on Pratt. How many parks do we want?
It just seems like there's water there, there's a river there, there's fish, and it's a beautiful place. It seems like you're kind of, seems like one of the prettiest places it could be in town. You got the big pond on the other side of that, and then
It's private. That's a private pond.
I understand, but it's just a very pretty place. You got the water running through there.
So we had talked, and the cost of the survey was $1,500. Actually, one of you guys got a quote on tearing down the building and prepping the site, pulling up the foundation at what, $1,900? From a local contractor with insurance and everything, and they said that they would pay that cost.
Yeah, well, the other thing you would have, another additional cost if you put it there, is we'd have to enclose it. We'd have to put either a wall or a fence around it.
So we'd have to add a door to the
Yeah, we
shed.
should, because when we're going to put it, we wouldn't have to do that. And so that would be an additional cost. I don't know what a door or fence could add another $1,000 or something like that, probably. Something like that, I'm not sure. Of course, there is a park there now, and it's a fairly wide area of that park, and I think it's a nice park, just the way it is. I think even with the salt bin down there's still things we could do down there that wouldn't necessarily eliminate things that we could still do.
I always thought with the gazebo there, it has power at the existing gazebo, and the footage that we have, it'd be real nice to have bands, whether it's weekly, once a month, or whatever.
Yeah.
I never saw it happen, but I don't know if people just started showing up and just started doing it. I know when I was a kid, we used to just show up and start doing it without power.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was a matter of just a few dollars, and that was stopping. That's what we were coming. We would fund it and help make that happen.
Well, I certainly appreciate you coming up to our meeting and offering what you've offered. That's awesome.
Yeah, I would think,
Thank you.
just a rough estimate, I assume it would be, between 4,000 and 4,500 maybe.
Would you think you guys would be willing
cover
to
that.
cover that cost?
We don't know, so,
Well, I was going to mention this later, but maybe this is a good time. I don't know if you guys looked over your budgets that you got for the end of the year, and I know it's preliminary, but according to the numbers that I saw in there, last year we took $9,000 out of our rainy day fund to balance the budget, and it turns out this year we took in $54,000 more than we spent. So we're about $46,000 to the good.
no, I wouldn't trust that figure yet. I haven't read that, I haven't had time to look at that.
Donna?
But
What do you
I'm not
think?
sure whether that's,
It's
Well-
gotta be close, but there's still gonna be bills coming in July.
yeah, there'd be final.
But it's gotta be pretty close, because we try to get most of them out in June.
Well, the thing is, if anybody, you guys know I'm all for expanding that park. Moving the salt bin to a different location, because in the future, if we decide to move forward like the master plan says, acquiring the pit with DNR funds is where we would want to go. And the place we've chosen to put the salt bin is right in the middle of what would be future park.
What did you say about acquiring the pit?
Well, that's what we have in our master plan to have as future public access land.
Right.
So, we would have to go after DNR funding to do that. But part of that, part of going for the DNR funding is, first of all, taking care of the land we currently own. Second thing going for DNR funding is showing that we can use and take care of a park. So if we were to go for DNR funding, then we should already have the land that the city already owns. We're not talking about acquiring any land, or, we're just talking about modifying what we currently own from limited public access to public access. And you guys voted to keep the salt bin where it was because it was going to cost money. And we have businessmen from the local community coming forward and saying, you know what, we'll cover the cost. Whatever that cost is, $4,500, we'll cover it. Local businessmen.
Who are the businessmen?
Mark?
I'm one.
What do you do?
I have 3 companies. I have an information technology company, I have a service-based company, and I have a manufacturing company.
Are you from Memphis?
Chris Kane is an additional one.
I'm Bell River. I'm just outside of Memphis. I'm in Raleigh.
He was at Riley Township meeting last meeting and got approval to build a factory north of town. He's going to start employing people in the area, and he's also in with that, and Chris Donato, who's right down there. I don't know if you've seen what he's been doing to his place, but he's cleaning it up, trying to make a difference in this town. And he thinks this is part of it. I believe this is part of it. It's part of what we looked forward into in our vision of a master plan. And if anybody voted no because of the money, that's no longer an issue. I would beg you to reconsider and look at the opportunity that Bart has to have his salt bin right across the street. I've talked to him about it. He said it would be more advantageous as far as functionality to have it close to his existing facility.
I will say this, if it's changed we certainly gotta move through hoops here because we're running out of time.
I gotta get a building up.
Well, the gentleman that quoted the tear down and the prepping of the site said he could have it done before next weekend.
No, we can't do that.
And I
We
talked
don't own
to,
the land.
well, no, I talked to Grace Engineering, and they said they'd sign a contract saying we can work on the land, that they're committed to giving it to us, and we're welcome to go there and work before we even own it.
Well,
Well, we went out for 5 bids, right, for the pole barn? We still haven't seen one bid.
Yeah, I
We
got
have
one.
no
I
clue.
got one.
I got a text, wasn't really a bid
We
from one of
need
the
to get
builders.
those 5 bids before we, I think, go any further. It's talking about how much it's gonna cost.
Well,
We
I
have
got
no
a
clue.
text. I got a text at basically what we've budgeted.
I don't know why he's
One of-
communicating with you, Dan.
I don't know. Well, because I was doing an appraisal for him. That's the only reason that he.
But again,
I
you
told
shouldn't
him.
you
I
shouldn't
told
be
him
getting
to,
involved in that aspect of it
I
at all.
wasn't. I told him to contact you.
I had
was
already
doing something
contacted him,
totally
and you
different.
interfered in the bidding process by even whatever you said to him. In fact, what I was told by that person is you had him bid on a different type of structure.
No.
And that's what you got a figure of. I only mentioned a figure.
Really?
And I said,
No, I
well,
told him
I said,
I
let's
had gotten
forget
a
about
kit.
the mayor right now. I had specs for you. You tell me what that's gonna cost. And he gave me a figure.
Okay.
But I'm not very happy that now you're interfering
I'm
in
not.
my daily routine.
No.
You've
I'm
been
not.
doing that, and you've been stepping your bounds too far with this whole thing, Dan. And I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. If you want this, you should have had your ducks in a row a long time ago. Now we're pressed for time. We are pressed for time. As
So
much
we put
as
an ad
that
in the paper?
No, he got bids.
When
He ended up-
the last council meeting, the way Larry spoke, I was to get at least 5 bids.
Okay.
But I can't have the mayor interfering with these contractors in any way.
I never called the contractor. He called me, asked me to do an appraisal, which was something totally different. He told me he was bidding on it.
He said you appraised his house.
That's
Well,
it.
for some reason, he felt that he owed you.
I don't know.
Well,
Anyway.
and I also told him I wasn't happy about that. He's not dealing with you. He's got to go through the channels, and I happen to be the channel.
That's fine.
I've never had anything.
I called you and told you he sent me a text, but you needed to get the bid. I never saw a bid or anything.
Well, I've never seen one yet either from him.
Okay.
I might
All I
not
got was
now.
a weird text after I'd appraised his house.
And I don't, until we get all the bids, I don't think we should be mentioning price anyway.
No.
Anyway, this has to be accelerated if we do change, because I definitely want to see a letter from Grace Engineering that.
Nobody has
that
seen anything
states-
from Grace Engineering.
No, but if we change.
Well, you were in a meeting with Grace Engineering and they're committed to making this happen.
There's two of
Right.
us.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want to see a letter from them stating the parameters that they're going to, the salt ban location and what the donation and the requirements of the land, if there's anything we have to do that's going to obligate us for a period of time, whatever that is. And I need authorization for a survey for the proposed land split. And once we get that, then we have to fill out the certified survey of the property that will meet the requirement for a legal lot split, and then after receiving authorization for Grace Engineering, then we've got to submit the application to the Planning Commission for their approval, and that's a parcel division combination application. Then we have to apply for a permit for demolition, because you can't, that can't be tore down until you get that. And with that, we'll also need council approval. And
We have never
so-
approved of demolition.
Yes, we have. Yes, we
Sure.
have.
That can be approved by the building inspector.
We had one here from the guy on the corner there. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it can be approved.
But
by
all
the
these things
building
will have to be
inspector.
fast tracked, and we'll have to have special meetings, because we're absolutely running out of time. And it's my understanding that the cement has to cure for a
Yeah,
certain
need
amount
the
of time
time to
before you
cure.
put salt on it.
But the other thing is, these contractors, I've told them all that I'm looking at breaking ground no later than the last 2 weeks in July is when I'd like to break ground. I don't think this can happen at that
We
time.
have another
Wouldn't
meeting
that,
in the next few days.
wouldn't that mean you can't put the salt in there till December?
Well, boy, I sure hope I got salt before December. I
Well,
really miss the weather.
If you started on that end of July, you said 5 months, right?
Well, all I know, what I'm hearing here with the time, I see it not starting till September.
But I think we still have a couple issues.
With all reality.
Do we need a fence? Do we need a gate? How much more is that gonna
You want to
cost?
secure it.
$100 for a gate.
Well,
See, it's,
gate, but a fence around the whole building.
currently it's been hidden now because the public's been back there and it's been in newspapers and everything else. Everybody knows where this place is now, but I still got a way to lock it up.
I know where it's currently at, but
Yes.
I'm talking about if we do this Grace Engineering
Right.
building, do we have to put a fence around the whole building?
Now, we need to secure it.
And then
Instead of door-
secondly,
a
did
door.
we ever clarify 100% that that building is 200 feet from the well?
Yes,
Yes.
So we're convinced or 100% sure that that building is 200
Yeah.
feet from the well?
yeah. If the west wall goes no further than the current building is. Yeah.
Well, my primary concern, of course, is the spending of the money. And we budgeted X amount of dollars, and I'd like to keep within that range. And of course, with the contribution of making up the difference, that kind of eliminates my strong objection to this. But I'm really concerned about the time. The procedures that we gotta follow here, and I got about 5 or 6 of them, we have to really accelerate that with special meetings and so on, because we can't,
Well, it would've been nice to be on board months ago on this instead of little secret meetings and whatever you wanna call them and all that, and that's.
Well, the planning commission meetings weren't secret, but that was all part of the master plan, the new master plan.
But you don't come to those.
We didn't mention the salt, but you're right, I don't know if I ever will. They didn't listen to me back in the 90s. And now let's change it all today, you know, what the hell.
Well, we did talk about the future use of the park,
I'm sure.
That's somebody else's land, and I personally seen that one,
the park,
well, Bell River Park.
right.
But I also saw where that went and wrapped around into somebody else's property, and then I also saw, for some reason, one of those planning commissions were televised. And I heard somebody make a remark about just taking that land from those people.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, nobody missed it. I heard it loud and clear, and I said, oh my God, I hope.
At a planning commission meeting? On
It was being
television?
televised, yeah, it was. I don't know why it was.
I definitely wasn't at a planning commission meeting that was televised.
I watched it,
Are you talking about raising stats?
yeah.
Acquiring them?
I've discussed it with them a couple times.
You know, my concern is they wouldn't even let us bury a pipe there. You think they're gonna give us the land.
All right.
Pretty piece of property.
Anything else, Mark?
And
No, sir, I just here to help, and that was all that was obstructing you guys from getting it done. We were just,
and personally, I could care less where it goes.
that's all.
That's what I
That's
feel
all
right
it
now.
is.
Appreciate it.
We do need to start building it, wherever we're gonna build it. I think I called everybody and told you, that there were some businessmen that had read in the paper and seen what we were doing and were interested in helping make it happen. So,
Well, what if the cost is 8,000, not 4? Are you willing to go up to 8, 10,000 if we need 10,000 now?
Let's see what they are. I mean, I was told one thing, I think we can raise more money. I made 2 calls, and it was done, I mean, I just think, I thought that was holding up. I thought everybody was maybe on board, and that's all that was making the difference was the money.
It was.
I made a couple calls, and it was covered, 5 minutes.
That's
So,
fine, like I
you
said,
know,
the
but-
problem I
but-
have
with
is I
the-
haven't seen one bid yet. I need to see all 5 bids and what's included. Do we have to add a fence to that bid cost?
I
You
understand.
know,
We
I
have a lot
wanna
of
know what the
resources
total
too.
price is gonna be.
We have a lot of resources to contribute as well, so,
I think.
I like to speak. Mark is an honorable person. I appreciate what he's offering now. I know he can get this done. And the other resource, I'm sure, can make it happen too. Like I said, I'm not opposed to the whole idea. I did not like how it's all been happening. We're a governing body and everybody needs to work together.
I
That's
think
the
we'll
big
have,
problem.
I think we'll have the bids by the end of this week. Well, of course, you got more.
The one isn't gonna be back till the
maybe we should
8th.
have a special meeting next week. If we get the bids by the end of this week, maybe we should meet again next Tuesday.
I know I won't see the one and because he's on vacation and won't be back till on the 8th, I
Oh,
believe.
that's next Monday.
Next Monday. Yeah, I thought it would be tomorrow.
So there's a specs package that can be picked up at the city hall, if somebody wants it,
Yeah, I have it down, yeah.
at your office?
Yeah.
If anybody's interested.
Anybody have any questions or comments for Mr. Blasek?
No, I appreciate you coming in and.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah.
my pleasure.
Thank you,
I'd
Mark.
like to stay. Nice to see you again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, swing by if you get a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for having me.
I did have a concern. I was down there the other day, and there's been more dumping. There's been more concrete because I was looking at
That's
those.
because they hear you talking about knocking a building down and putting more concrete down there.
Well, we need to decide.
I do have a sign posted, there's no dumping.
I'm sure the city leaders that bought that land years ago did not buy riverfront property for a dump. It was bought for a park.
Amen.
Well, let me make comment to that. Because they dug holes back there and that's just what they were using it for.
I don't know.
For
I
a
can't
dump.
imagine that they would, but they maybe.
That's
maybe
just
did.
what it was for.
It's,
They
there's
dug
concrete,
holes and
there's
they put
concrete that
garbage.
goes
I
way
personally
back.
shot rats as a child with a BB gun.
Well,
So I just
can't
thought I'd let you
imagine
know
doing
what's.
that.
Well, the water gets high enough now. It washes out, you can go down there and pick out bottles if you want.
Yeah,
And I
Good.
those little old medicine bottles.
yeah.
All right,
All that
anybody,
stuff down,
I
it's
think,
coming out.
why don't we table this and let's have a special meeting next Tuesday then?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
all right.
And I'll make that motion then, we can just table it. Of course, it's not on the agenda really, but.
No.
so it isn't that, so.
Yeah, so we don't really have to make
I'll
a motion.
support.
Well,
Sign.
What's the motion again, please?
Social media.
Table it
Yeah,
We're
it's.
going to have a special meeting.
for a special
And-
meeting.
and
Once
can we
get
have
all
a
the-
special meeting?
Once we get all the bids, we're gonna have a
7:00?
special meeting.
Can we have a special meeting maybe at 6? Would everybody be available at 6?
6 o'clock, fine,
Okay.
Sure, next Tuesday. All right.
6 o'clock, you said?
Yeah.
next Tuesday, eh?
The 9th.
Masson,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas R.,
Yes.
Lucas W.,
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Terry Trent, you have the floor.
I'd also like to put my 2 cents in about the park. First, I'd like to commend the mayor for, I read his proposal and everything, I thought it was very good. It's my understanding that, I'll talk about something I know a little bit about. Last year, the city spent approximately $1,300 just to remove trees. Now, if you average that out and go back 7 years, that's about $9,100. Now, the city has not, in my opinion, put any money into beautifying the city themselves out of taxpayers' money. For instance, when they did Cole Street and they took down 3 or 4 trees, not one tree was planted. So you have $9,100 that you spent removing beautification of the city, but not put a dime into it. And you're worrying about 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 here. And fortunately, you have owners that are coming into the city are donating money to help the city out. And you guys won't spend any money yourselves. You know, there's only so much river frontage anywhere. And this city is very fortunate to have that much frontage, and you're not utilizing it. There's a place to move that burn pile. When you burn it, it's a health hazard. You have the cement there. I mean, that part could be beautiful, okay, with some time.
I understand what you're saying, but I've been brought up, you don't spend more than you make. And we're spending more than we're bringing in.
You're cutting, no, you just missed my point. You spent over $9,100 probably cutting down trees. Do those trees have to be cut down? You have no idea.
I have no idea what
No,
you're
you
talking
don't.
about.
Yes, they had to be cut down, Terry.
Yeah, your dad, some were dead.
Well, I'll give you
You
a...
think I just cut trees because I love to?
Well,
And let me answer your Cole Street question. You said that we didn't put money in that. That's because we paid good money to our engineering firm that highly recommends not planting trees in between sidewalks and curbing. Because once they get up there, you're not going to have the sidewalks just even, but you're going to be ruining the curbing.
now,
And that's their opinion.
you know that is wrong.
No, I don't.
Well,
I've seen it around town. You look at sidewalks keeping because of trees.
What about Richmond? All the trees they planted between the sidewalk and the curb. Do they have a problem with that?
They're
I've
not-
seen them.
Absolutely
How
not.
mature? How
They pulled
mature
them
are
out and replanted them.
No, that's Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street. I did see
That's
them
Main
do that.
Street.
It's
That
like
has
Bed
nothing to
Street,
do
what you
with
were
like
involved
Oak
in, huh?
Street. I'm not here to argue. I'm here to make a statement.
Okay.
And what I can say is the one who voted this down to beautify that park, to get that sneaky bird pile out of there and move the salt bin away from the river. If you guys voted down, shame on you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
And where are the people going to burn their pile? Because that's what we're looking at. Let's just stop the burning in Memphis.
What are you gonna put on the burn pile, Jerry? What are you gonna put there?
What am I gonna put there?
Yeah.
I'm not putting anything there.
What did you want to put there?
I thought you wanted to put soccer court or something there.
Well, no, the plan actually
Can't put
showed
it there.
some,
Grass, right?
yeah, basically, what we need to do is start out by planting some grass, putting some hay down, you know? I can get truckloads of dirt donated by Telto Contracting, and they could dump a load of dirt there to cover it up and smooth it out and plant grass and put the hay down. And basically, you know what, if we started out just clearing the area out, covering up that concrete, having grass and the ability for the public to have access to it.
How about promoting what we currently
Yeah,
have?
you've got the whole park down there that you can
Here's the
clear
problem,
out.
I mean, I've been down to the park, and you have a lot of road noise on that end of the park. It's almost like one of the pull-offs on the side of the highway, because there's so much traffic that goes by on M19.
I get compliments from that park.
Well, oh, it's a beautiful park, it's not an ugly park.
We're not
I'm not
downplaying what we
saying it's
have.
Well, I
ugly.
don't understand why you
All
want to hide
we're
stuff.
saying is that we have double the size potential in the back,
And what are you going to
and
do
it,
with that?
seems like we're not utilizing. Clean it up. Get all that deadfall out of there. Put a path through
Well,
there. Plant
that's
some
beautiful.
grass. Put some more.
I've heard promises on that for years.
Yeah.
I've
We tried it
got
once.
the people donated to actually go in there and do work. I mean, you talked to Bill, right?
Yeah.
Bill came to you and said, yeah, you know
Yeah.
what, we've got the dozer, we can do the work. I've got Foster's Oil saying, I'll give the gas for the dozer. That would level all that out, cover
But we
it up.
can't take the concrete and just level it. I have a sewer main there.
Well, your sewer mains, or where you showed me those posts are, right?
Well, that's the valves, and then the
Okay.
sewer main
And then it
goes
goes-
further to the east and then angles to the river. You don't want to be buried.
What I'm talking about is staying over where the concrete pile currently is, pushing it straight
Push
back.
it, well, you'd be pushing towards the river then.
I-
Well, yeah, I mean, a little bit,
I'd
yeah.
like to make one comment on anything on that park. I think for anything that's done on there, we want to look at it from a long-range program, and I think it should either be, it should have the okay of the DPW committee, superintendent. It should either be in the DPW committee or the advisory, and I don't care which one. But I think we should, and then it needs approval of council before we do anything down there.
And my other concern is, who's gonna maintain more square footage?
Yeah, you are.
My God.
Well, you know, if you
Yes,
don't
sir.
have the worry of the burn pile or picking up of the
I gotta pick
brush.
brush up all around town. Hey, take that from me, please.
Yeah, I mean, basically,
I don't really
that
care.
would free up, I've seen your guys out working really hard grabbing brush on the side of the
When
road.
we're only supposed to pick it up 2 times a year.
I know.
But I don't want the
So,
town
I mean,
to look like crap, so we try to pick it up when it
That
comes
that
up.
would free up enough time to mow that once a week.
Well,
I mean, that's all I'm looking at is what is mowing?
but how many people, and where are they gonna take their brush to? If they have to pay for it, now you're costing the citizens more money.
Every,
That's what
almost,
we're moving the burn pile to
Well,
a 50 by
you know,
50 piece of property.
I was offered that at $1 a year. As you saw from the letter from the DEQ, they recommended not only we not move it, but not use it anymore. It becomes a solid waste issue. You know, most
Based on
cities just have waste management pick it up curbside when they pick up the trash.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and I will say this, Larry, I totally 100% agree with you that no matter what we do, it needs to be thought out. And that's why I was so disappointed that we made this rush to judgment, to leave it where it is, because that's where it's always been. To me, that didn't make any sense.
Well-
I'm not saying another word about it.
That's just over.
I'm only one person.
Yeah. All right, it's tabled to next Tuesday, and unless, if we don't move it, it's academic anyway. If we do move it, then let's look at this, but now, let's not do something in haste and repent in leisure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Terry, you have anything else?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Moving on, comments from city administration. Donna?
Taxes and utility bills went out July 1st, and the auditors are coming July 16th.
Wow, good times.
Yeah.
I think we should mention though, so people are aware that we are adding that 1% fee to the tax bill.
taxes.
So they're gonna see that. I seen it today, it was minor on my bill, but,
Right.
you know, that's a 1% increase for everybody across the board.
Well, the good thing about that is that we collect over $1 million in taxes, but we only get 116,000 of it or something like that. So luckily we can use that 1% to pay for our assessing department. And it's basically almost an exact wash of taxes for our assessing.
Right.
And we can use it for that instead of using our general fund money.
What was the date again on the auditors?
16.
16th.
All right, anything else, Donna?
No, that's it.
Thank you. Chief?
Got nothing.
Bart?
Nothing.
Okay, the fire department couldn't be here today, so he did leave a memo for everybody if they have any questions on it. Moving on, comments or adoption or amendment of the agenda?
I think we'll, at least if it was okay, we'll remove under new business, number 4 at this, so, and no further changes, then I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda as amended.
Support.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mosayan.
Yeah.
All right, hopefully you all had a chance to go over the regular meeting minutes of June 18th, 2013. If nobody has any changes or questions, I entertain a motion to accept those.
Make that motion.
Support. Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mosayan,
Yeah.
Schneider,
Yes.
All right, presentation and approval of June receipts report for $42,318.78. June disbursements report for $96,655.55, and electronic wire transfers of $8,148.47. Anybody have any questions on those? Can I get a motion to accept those numbers and pay our bills? Larry?
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the the June receipts report, the June disbursement report, and the fund well wire transfers as stated.
Support.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
Lucas W,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes. Communications, there was none. Unfinished business, Macomb County Treasurer, tax reversion property. Our advisory committee had a meeting on this, and Bill, you want to tell them what you found?
He's, in the other room right now.
Oh, the assessor?
Yep.
Well, from what I was told, we have to, we can't just pick and choose from the list. We would have to purchase all the properties on the list from the county, and the house that is $3,547 is actually about half of that, because that's only 1 year of the taxes that haven't been paid. So
And we don't
we
want to
we
house
don't
it.
want to buy a $7,000 house that may or may not be worth it, just to get a lot that we may or may not use, in my mind. I mean, that's, I'm, like I said, I'm just one, but I would just think we just tell them no thank you, and
I agree, and I look at that property, and actually, we do have access to all that by going down the other road. So we certainly don't want both of these, or the other one, anyway, so.
well,
I say-
if
I
it was
would-
$500 and it was a single lot, and it gave us access, you know, especially with the neighbor wanting us to give up the road,
Yeah.
which is over there, we could give up that roadway and then have the new access between those two property owners. But the way it is and what we have to do to get it, just makes it not really smart. It makes it what was possibly a good decision, a really dumb decision.
I'll make a motion to turn it down.
No action? No action?
Yeah, we gotta tell them no thank you.
Support.
Lukasar,
Would that be a yes?
A yes would be a no, yeah.
Okay, yes.
Lucas W,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
All right, moving on to new business. Appointment
Does
of
that have
park.
to be put in writing to the?
I think I need to put in writing
Yeah.
a letter to them. Appointment of new Parks and Rec Director Teresa Romack.
Couldn't make it.
She couldn't make it to the meeting, she wasn't feeling well. Can I get a motion to appoint her new Parks and Rec
Is
Director?
she from the library? So it's everything.
Yeah.
Make a motion, we appoint Teresa Womack as our new Park and Recs Director.
Support.
Lucas W,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson, Lukasar.
Yes.
Next is the Water and Sewer Department invoice from Mission Communications. This is a one-year service package renewal for the, I believe it's for the communications from the lift station to
Yeah, the
all your
church lift
controls.
station is a communication, alarms and such,
It's $347.40 for Mission Communications.
which I budget every year.
Can I get a motion to accept that pay, Bill?
I'll make a motion to approve the Mission Communications in the amount of $347.40.
Support.
Davis,
Yes.
Mosayan,
Yeah.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson, Lukasar,
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
And Donnie, this will come out of the 12-13 budget.
Once again, next issue is MML Board of Trustees election. Every year, they have the same people just going back to be in the office, and there's only 7 people and only 7 to vote for. We usually just say they can be trustees again. Can I get a motion to, or we just leave it alone? We don't even bother with it. Oh, okay. Can I get a motion to send in the vote for all the incumbent trustees?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
Lucas W,
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
All right. Other new business from the mayor. The Chamber of Commerce asked me to announce that their meeting that is usually this coming Wednesday will be held July 10th at 8 a.m. at Mom's Country Kitchen. Anybody interested in attending, feel free to go. They can always use more members. The other thing that I have is just to let you guys know, whatever you decide on putting the salt bin, it is my job to make sure, or if anything can be done to make it happen for the least expensive amount of money, I'll go out of my way to try to make it happen, even if I don't agree with where it's going. So I just wanted y'all to know that I'm not out there trying to sabotage you guys. So that's all I have. Larry,
Nothing tonight.
Robbie.
Just with the salt bin, yeah, I just felt very uninformed about it, and I would appreciate citizens speaking up and saying stuff. That's all I got to say until Tuesday.
Frank.
Just wish everybody a happy 4th of July and a safe one.
Guys.
Same thing. Thanks.
Eric.
I mentioned this earlier, but I did just want to say that I do appreciate the job that all of our employees have done. The firemen, all of our police department employees, all of our office employees, and all of our DPW employees. These may be preliminary numbers, but when I look at it, it looks to me like we were about $45,000 to the good. Maybe it's not quite that much, but I think that's pretty impressive in this day. And as you know, as much trouble as we went through last year with our budget meetings, I know this year wasn't easy either, but somehow we end up on the good side of it, and I'm just extremely proud of all of our employees. That's all.
I'm always impressed with the way they handle their
Aren't
budgets.
we good tight ones?
Yeah, you are. As I've said before, I really love the fact that you guys don't spend any money unless I want to spend it.
Wear that penny pincher shirt like a man.
All right, Bill, you have anything?
Anybody want to buy any firecrackers?
Firecrackers. You open up a shop?
No, I got nothing to say.
Motion to adjourn.